It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cocked your head to the side and said I'm angry. 5 days since you laughed at me and said, back together, come back and see me. 3 days since the living room. I realized it's all my fault, but couldn't tell you.
Hey, Doss, what are you doing?
I'm listening to music. What are you doing?
Oh my gosh, your song, it had a bunch of time references in it, and I'm so excited because today's lesson is about units of time.
Incredible.
Oh my gosh, it's been 1 week since you looked at me, cocked your head and said, I think you're crazy. Wow, that's kind of a cool song. 5 days since you laughed at me, get yourself together, come back and talk to me. Well, yeah, 3 days, see, all those things. Week, 5 days, 3 days, it's all about time. Hey, you want to go outside and film this?
Sure.
All right, come on, follow me. All right, here we go. Let me grab my book, just in case.
La 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 la.
La, la, la. Come, this way. Oh, hi, Oliver. There we go. You can hear the news in the background outside. Yeah. Since you were talking about that, it's a really groovy song. All right. So 4th graders, we have 2 more lessons to go in this chapter. That's it, 2 more. So it's this lesson, 1410, and tomorrow's lesson, which actually applies everything you've learned in the chapter because it's a lesson titled Working Backwards, and it's story problem solving. So, but today's dealing with just time, units of time. And if you still want to, you could print off that worksheet that was in one of the first lessons. I think it's 14.1. That has all the vocabulary for the chapter, and that's a really great way to quiz yourself if you're curious. All right. So back to time, because that's what this whole lesson's about. It's funny, you think that time would come naturally, but sometimes it's a little bit confusing. Today's lesson, you're going to see, again, inequalities, and you're going to have to be able to translate either one side or the other. So what do you think is easier, Dawson? When you look at something that's 9 months or 27 weeks. So what do you have to know in this first question?
You have to know how many weeks are in a month.
Okay, and that would be what you ask yourself when you first start these. Okay, how many weeks in a month? That requires a function, that requires an operation that we're going to show. And I'm asking again in this lesson that you give me context. I need to know what's on one side and what's on the other, and then you can show me the inequality, or Mr. Trompers, because that helps me understand if you know it. So I like the idea of going to 9 months because this would require division, right? This would require multiplication. So either way, it'd be fine. I'm going to go 9 months. So that means 9, how many weeks are there in a month?
4.
4. Cool. So 9 times 4?
36.
36. So this over here, 36, we just translated this, 36 weeks. Now if we look at this, we have 36 weeks on this side. So that's what 9 months means. And on the opposite side, 27 weeks. So which one would you eat? Chompers would eat the bigger one. So 9 months is greater than 27 weeks. So again, I want you to select either side. I want you to select the one that's easiest to translate. The next one, number 2. And this is all from guided practice, by the way, the first 4 things in your book. 17 months or 2 decades. Oh my gosh, there's another new term, decades. I just want to draw your attention to this prefix here, deca. And all week when we've been studying the metric system, you've heard deci and deca, and that means 10, right? So 2 decades, that would be neat to actually, this is actually kind of tricky because this is 17 months and this is talking about decades. I think it'd be pretty easy if you just went ahead and translated the decades into how many years. So a decade is equivalent to 10 years. So 2 decades is how many years? It's really 2 times 10 in this case. So that's 20, years in this case. So 20 years is definitely bigger than 17 months. Okay, so I would go that direction. And again, I love it when you guys show me on your work what functions you're using. Okay, 5 minutes or 300 seconds. Oh, here we go. This is a tricky one. You have to kind of know how many minutes are in a second. And you could take this over here. 5 times 60 would get you there. So that's your function over here. Okay, and on this side, I love powers of 10 because all you have to do is multiply the basic facts and then add the 0 on the back. You guys remember that trick? So 5 times 6 is 30. Add a 0 because there's 1 0 remaining right here. Wait a minute. That's 300 minutes. Oh, wait. 300, that's 300 seconds. I'm sorry. Seconds. Woohoo! So we just have 300 seconds and 5 minutes, and this side is 300 seconds. So what do we do?
Equal sign.
They are equal. Yeah. Last one, And I think you're gonna have fun with this lesson just because it's always fun dealing with time. And again, tomorrow's lesson is gonna have you work backwards. You're gonna be given a certain time, and then how much time do you actually need to accomplish a task by working backwards. So it's really important. 44 months, 3 years. Okay, so we're talking about months here and years here. How many months are in a year?
12.
That's right, 12. So this is 12 months. Okay, let's go on this side. I like this side. 12 times 3. I always like choosing the one that's a little bit more friendly to use. This one would be a division problem. You could divide this one by 12 to get how many months here, or how many years. Or this one I can go over here and just multiply it out. 3 times 12 is 36 months. Okay, so we have 36 months and 44 months. Which one's bigger? That's right, 44 months. That's the lesson. Pretty fun. Have fun. Thanks for listening, and thanks for watching. Let's go finish that song.